West YMCA also helped out with the project there. Today was an ozone action day. That means there was the possibility of high levels of ozone in the city air.
A lot of people react to that with who cares, but there are a lot of reasons to care about that. It could cost you big bucks if the city's ozone problem gets so bad the federal government has to step in, and breathing that ozone isn't good for you either. Jim Thomas has been doing a little ozone exploration and joins us tonight with more on the report, The Air We Breathe.
That's right. Well, you know, ozone action days are becoming a daily part of our life in San Antonio, at least during the hot summer months. Now, the term Ozone Action Day is something that you have to understand. And, of course, to understand all this ozone talk, you first have to know the definition of two key terms. The first is attainment. That's when a city meets all air quality standards set by the government. The second is non-attainment. That means the city has gone over the limit and has air which the EPA says isn't as healthy. It's a hot summer day in San Antonio. The sun is baking the earth, and cars are spitting out all sorts of chemicals. Combine those things with lack of wind and other pollutants like smokestacks and gasoline lawnmowers, and you've got the ingredients for ozone.
Long term can have a devastating effect, resulting in such things as emphysema. Also, if you're asthmatic, ozone can trigger that asthma and cause you to have an asthma attack.
San Antonio is currently in attainment, although some days it's not by much. The city of Houston is classified as severe non-attainment. That's the second worst air quality rating you can get. The worst is extreme. Only one city has that, Los Angeles.
We've looked at really severe controls on industry. We're also having to look, though, at area sources such as service stations.
Stations here in Houston have new nozzles which vacuum vapors before they escape into the atmosphere. Houston also has high occupancy vehicle lanes to allow people who carpool to get where they're going a little faster.
It is much better, both from an economic standpoint, from a public health standpoint, to take care of a potential problem before it ever occurs. It is much more difficult to deal with it once it already has occurred.
And that's what Houston is doing right now, dealing with a problem which has already been with them for a few years. Now, Don and Mary Alice, of course, those gas pumps we showed, those don't come cheap. So that's something direct that people are going to have to pay for at the gas pumps. You know, might add a nickel to 10 cents to the price of gas to allow stations to recoup having to do that. So if we go into that non-attainment and we have to do that here, could raise gas prices. That's a significant thing. And also, I've had lots of questions. What's the difference? You know, we hear about the ozone layer up in the atmosphere that protects us from the bad sun's rays. Well, that's a different layer. This on the ground is a chemical reaction that is actually unhealthy. That good ozone up top is something that we need to keep us from being fried basically by the sun.
Rather interesting. Thank you, Jim. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
During the summer sell down, we're staying open until midnight every night so you can beat the heat and save money on a brand new neon. And what a great selection of neons you're going to find with rebates up to $600. Right now, you can buy a brand new 95 neon for only $8,900. Why shop anywhere else? Just an example of the tremendous savings going on during this summer sell down. Just remember this, we're open every Sunday and every night until midnight for your shopping convenience. Just a block south of North Star Mall, right here at North Star Dodge.
Sunday.
Somebody stole my baby!
In an instant, their lives are shattered.
It's my fault!
15 years later, old clues resurface, and a strange boy enters their lives. Has the kidnapper returned to reunite them or to shatter their lives forever?
I want my son back!
Civil Shepherd John heard there was a little boy.
Mother and I have arrived, Fraser.
Hit me when he needs some juice.
Brace yourself. The mother-in-law's in town. Next time on Cheers.
Tonight at 10:35 on KENS TV.
WeatherTel is a service of Eyewitness News, sponsored by Coldwell Banker Deanne Harper Realtors. Support you can count on. For complete weather information anytime, call 524-4600, then press KENS.
So a potentially dangerous situation in the Gulf tonight.
That's right. It depends on how much it develops. We're going to show you all the details coming up in just a second. First of all, the way it looked today, we had more clouds starting to roll in, and cities off to our east had some cooler temperatures because of that. Our high temperature in San Antonio today made it to 99, almost to that 100-degree mark, not to that record, though, 103, 78 the morning low. Pollen count today shaped up like this. We had mold way up there at 2,500, grass on the medium side. Right now, we are standing at 84 degrees. Humidity is at 55%, an east wind at 15, and the barometer is rising. Weather net numbers, you'll notice that Bexar County was fairly consistent, generally in the upper 90s to right around 100, but there was quite a difference as you headed to the rest of the region. Cities off to the east, which had some scattered showers, a lot more cloud cover, stayed in the 90s. As you moved off to the west, especially out toward Del Rio, temperatures were a lot hotter. The entire region will be a little bit cooler tomorrow. Now, these were the official National Weather Service highs across Texas today. 90 over in Houston, 97 at Dallas, 108 in San Angelo and Del Rio. Those were the hot spots across the state. 101 out in the El Paso area. Well, as far as the way the temperatures look right now, we've got 80 degrees at Amarillo, 84 here, 95 still at Laredo, 77 with rain moving through the Houston area. Let's talk about the tropics. First of all, our tropical depression, which is slowly but surely becoming a little bit better organized. This is probably going to be a tropical storm by tomorrow morning, maybe Tropical Storm Dean, if it does continue to get organized. It started off earlier today fairly unorganized, but during the late afternoon and early evening hours, it's starting to get just a little bit better activity around the center of the storm. That's where we're having to watch. Earlier, the center was in here, but a lot of the thunderstorms were sort of disassociated with the center, off to one side. But now it's getting better organized as it moves off to the west. And as it does, it's going to continue to increase because of the warmer water. That's going to help feed the storm just a little bit. And will probably be a minimal tropical storm by the time it makes landfall. Right now, winds are at 35 miles an hour. It'll be up to 40 miles an hour if it becomes tropical storm, actually 39. These are the coordinates if you're plotting it. And the projected path would take it generally between Corpus Christi and Houston. Right now, there is a tropical storm warning that's been issued between Corpus Christi and the southeast Texas area around Beaumont, Port Arthur, because the Hurricane Center does expect this to be a tropical storm during the day tomorrow. Now, as far as the radar picture, lots of rain in southeast Texas. We've got scattered thunderstorms over Bexar County right now. Very isolated, and also we've had some isolated severe weather out in Kinney County, not a lot. Here's the forecast then for us tonight, partly cloudy. There is some rain over Bexar County right now, but it is fairly isolated. There'll be a passing shower or thunderstorm over the next several hours. For tomorrow, rain chances go up to 40%, with highs being held under 100 because of the cloud cover. The next few days, a good chance of rain Monday, starting to taper a little bit by Tuesday and Wednesday back to dry. And of course, we will continue to watch everything and let you know during the day tomorrow what's going to happen with this maybe tropical storm.
A lot of action.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Jim.
Sure.
In a summer with several box office smashes, here's another action sequel that has seemed to do well in movie theaters, but is it worth the price of admission? Here's Bob Polanski with a look at Steven Seagal's latest, Under Siege 2.
Under Siege 2, Dark Territory lies. Well, I should say the advertising for the movie lies. It claims to be a sequel to Under Siege, and that was an exciting adventure starring Tommy Lee Jones and Gary Busey and a ship full of victims caught in a clash between good guys and bad on the high seas. Oh yes, Steven Seagal was also aboard the ship. And that first movie was like Die Hard with its action, and even more so with its personalities. Under Siege 2 doesn't take place aboard a ship. It takes place aboard a train, for the most part anyway, and neither Jones nor Busey is aboard. It's up to Steven Seagal to hold the show together, and this guy really can't cut it. Seagal was in the first movie, but he was the least part of it because of his inept acting, his personality minus, and his overbearing appearance. This guy makes King Kong look like a twin brother, and he uses force without using heart, if he has one. In short, Seagal doesn't have what it takes to shoulder the responsibility for the entire movie, any entire movie. The story alone is pure pap. It's about a bad guy who wants to control the world. He also wants to be rich, and he's willing to sell the world's power supply to the highest bidder. He doesn't count on Seagal's tenacity, and Seagal is persistent. You've got to give him that much. His best scene is in the galley of the train when he and the villain take on one another with a pair of mean-looking kitchen knives. They sideswipe each other, draw blood, and the bad guy sweats. Seagal is so cool that he doesn't sweat, and his hair never looks ruffled. He would be the envy of any manicured mannequin. What's more, his performance is like a sermon, and that's not good. Now, Steven Seagal has been around long enough to know better. I'm Bob Polanski.
Thank you, Bob. And coming up, the Cowboys have an impressive performance tonight.
Rich Rodriguez will have your sports when we come back.
I'm Larry Meyer. I'll take you to Illinois, where one of the first Air Force bases ever closed by BRAC is now recovering some 7 years later. Join me for my series Life After Brack, beginning Monday on Eyewitness News at 5.
America's #1 soap, The Young and the Restless, can now be seen afternoons at 4 o'clock, right here on KENS TV, where the summer sizzle never stops.
During the summer sell down, we're staying open until midnight every night so you can beat the heat and save money on a brand new neon. And what a great selection of neons you're going to find with rebates up to $600. Right now you can buy a brand new 95 neon for only $8,900. Why shop anywhere else? Just an example of the tremendous savings going on during this summer sell down. Just remember this, we're open every Sunday and every night until midnight for your shopping convenience. Just a block south of North Star Mall, right here at North Star Dodge.
Their future looked bright.
Well, I guess we are all lucky.
Until a face from the past changed their luck.
Do you know why you're gonna die?
It's the hunter against the hunted, where there are no rules.
It's every man for himself. Survival of the fittest.
And the only way to win is to survive.
Get us off this island alive.
Roddy McDowell, Michael Beck, Mark Singer, and Jenny Seagrove are pawns in a deadly game.
Sunday morning at 11 on KENS TV.
Cowboys played, and Rich, I said they were impressive. Well, they won, but how impressive
Well,
were
the first team were in there for a total of 6 plays, and then they were out. They scored in 6 plays, so they were very impressive, actually. We're going to get to the Cowboys in just a minute. 4 world title fights here tonight at Freeman Coliseum. We're talking boxing. The featured match had Danny Romero, the IBF flyweight champion of the world, tangling with Miguel Martinez of Puerto Rico. Now, the fight didn't look good early for Romero. If we can go to the highlights, Danny in the gold trunks took several punches early from the challenger. You'll see him taking a beating right here. This is early in the fight. But then we're going to move to the 4th round of action here. Romero still taking some punishment from Martinez. And watch this. You're going to see a headbutt coming up right here. You'll see it right there. The ref steps in and warns Martinez. That was enough to get Danny excited to go ahead and close this one out. No need to make it last any longer than it needs to. Taking him to the canvas in the 6th round there. Martinez should have stayed on the canvas because watch this. It's target practice, folks. That is vicious. He takes him to the ground, knocks him out at the 153 mark of the 6th round. Danny Romero remains a perfect 25-0, 22 of those wins by knockout. Lisa Burkhardt caught up with Danny right after he stepped out of the ring.
All right, thanks, Rich. I'm here with the IBF flyweight champion who retains his title tonight, Danny Romero. Danny, what did you think about this bout?
This was very tough coming in, #1, all the pressure, all the great fans of San Antonio. And I just wanted to take my time and show that what we really are, great champions.
Miguel Martinez came out pretty tough in the early rounds. What did you think about him?
He was very tough, hit very hard, so we just had to stay calm and composed, not get wild, and just pick my shots. And as you've seen, it wore him down, and I threw that knockout punch that put him out.
Yes, you've won all your fights by knockouts. Is that the way it's going to continue, the trend?
Hopefully, if it does, we're going to get out of here by the time I'm 22, undefeated, very wealthy, and a very happy man.
What's next for you?
Next is I'm going to go back home, relax. I got a fight scheduled for September, and just focus on that. Right now, I want to enjoy this great win in San Antonio. I want to go walk the town. I haven't seen nothing in San Antonio, and believe me, we're going to see everything in one night.
All right, have some fun, Danny. Appreciate it. Danny Romero, the IBF flyweight champion. We'll send it back to you, Rich.
All right, thanks, Lisa. Good job. Now we're waiting for James Leha to enter the ring. There was another bout sandwich in between Romero and Leha. We hope to have highlights for you tomorrow. We will have highlights for you tomorrow on Eyewitness News. All right, let's turn to football. As you saw right here on KENS TV, the Dallas Cowboys picked up a preseason win tonight against the Buffalo Bills. As promised, Emmitt Smith did start in the backfield for the Cowboys. The first play, there's Emmitt Smith right there in uniform. First play from scrimmage, you're going to see Troy Aikman. It's a heck of a combination right here. Aikman to Michael Irvin, breaking loose and scampering for 31 big yards. Not a bad way to start out offensively for the Cowboys. Jim Kelly on the sideline says to himself, not bad at all. 5 plays later, it was Smith on the reception for the touchdown. Folks, the Cowboys had 219 yards of total offense at the half versus 71 of the Bills. 21-15, the final, the Cowboys do win it. Now, earlier today was a very historic day for football. The expansion team squared off in Canton, Ohio. The Jacksonville Jaguars and the Carolina Panthers. We're talking about the Hall of Fame game. First quarter action. Jacksonville's Desmond Howard takes it the distance. 66 yards for the touchdown. No one puts a hand on him. Good play there by Desmond. He used to play for the Redskins. But the Carolina Panthers had the answer in the form of Tyrone Poole. The rookie intercepts Mark Brunell, and he's off to the races. This one good for 85 yards in the touchdown. No wonder he was the club's first-round pick, folks. Look at that. Nice. There's a scoreboard. 20-14 is the final. Carolina wins it. Tempers were hot in Pallettville, Wisconsin, and so were the temperatures. Watch this. Bears defensive end Alonzo Spellman losing his temper with Browns offensive lineman Bob Dahl. You got to know that Dave Wanstead, the former Cowboys coach and now head coach of the Bears, just loves that kind of action. All right, that wraps up our football coverage. Right after this break, we're going to show you how Monica Seles did today in her return to tennis.
During our summer sell down, we're staying open until midnight every night so you can beat the heat and save money on a full-size custom van. How about a brand new 95 custom van? Look at this, folks. $16,988. Automatic air conditioning, AM/FM stereo, cassette, power windows, power locks, captain's chairs, rear sofa bed, all for $16,988. Just an example of the tremendous custom van savings. Folks, whatever you're looking for, don't miss the summer sell down. We're open every Sunday and every night till midnight at North Star Dodge.
With Wendy's 99-cent super value menu, you get 3 things. A lot of choices, delicious food, and a great price. Oh, wait, there's one more thing.
Now you can choose Wendy's crispy chicken nuggets. 5 tender pieces of Wendy's all-white meat. Crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside. Delicious with one of our 4 savory sauces. Wendy's crispy chicken nuggets. Just 99 cents on Wendy's super value menu.
Better food makes it a better value.
School isn't a game.
Up the rope, Smith. You think this is a game?
No way. But this is. Blockbuster Video gives you more action, more challenges, the newest and hottest video games you crave.
Someday you'll realize, young man, life is a challenge, not a game.
Well, now it's both at Blockbuster Video, where the challenge never ends.
Big news for the world of tennis today. Monica Seles made a return to competitive tennis in Atlantic City. The grunt is back. Seles taking on Martina Navratilova in an exhibition match today. This was a wonderful match between the two. Martina made Monica work, as you can see right there. Seles had not played competitive tennis in 2 years since that crazed fan stabbed her in the back in Hamburg, Germany. But Seles was up to the challenge today, winning the first set 6-3. Monica is still not in top condition, but the former champion was up to the task today. Against the retired Martina. Seles took the second set 6-2. Monica's next appearance will be in the United States Open Tournament. That will be another wonderful moment. All right, big night of baseball action for you. Let's go ahead and take you to the scoreboard if we can. Boston a winner over Texas 7-1. Toronto wallops Oakland 18-11. Chicago a winner over Baltimore 7-4. In the 12th inning, we're all tied up between Detroit and Kansas City. New York a winner 4-2. California also a winner 4-0. In the 6th inning, Cleveland leads Seattle 3-1. In the National League, Houston leading San Diego out west in the 3-1 in the 6th inning. Chicago a winner today at Wrigley Field 8-7. Atlanta gets by San Francisco 5-1. The Florida Marlins top St. Louis 2-0. The Mets winners over the Pirates 2-1. Colorado beats Montreal 5-3. The Dodgers in the 6th over Cincinnati 4-0. And in the Texas League action tonight, there you see it, San Antonio winner over Tulsa tonight. So good win for them.
And back to boxing, Romero really didn't have an easy fight tonight.
No, he did not. And he said he wanted to give the fans something to cheer for, and he wanted to extend it as much as he could. But this guy was landing a lot of punches against him, and once he saw that he was landing, he said, well, let me go ahead and close it out.
Skills really showed.
Exactly.
Tonight.
No question.
Thanks a lot, Rich.
Sure.
Thank you, Rich. Still to come, we know the answer. Did anybody win tonight's lotto numbers or lottery? We'll tell you when we come back.
During our summer sell down, we're staying open until midnight every night so you can beat the heat and save money on a full-size custom van. How about a brand new 95 custom van? Look at this, folks. $16,988. Automatic air conditioning, AM/FM stereo, cassette, power windows, power locks, captain's chairs, rear sofa bed, all for $16,988. Just an example of the tremendous custom van savings. Folks, whatever you're looking for, don't miss the summer sell down. We're open every Sunday and every night till midnight at North Star Dodge.
I understand you're very good with your hands and feet. Pretty good.
They killed his best friend. They've attacked his family, and they've taken his woman. Now there's nothing in this world that can stop J.J. McQuaid from his vengeance. They're going to get the full force of the best the Texas Rangers have. Barbara Carrera, L.Q. Jones, David Carradine, and Chuck Norris.
J.J. McQuaid, Texas Ranger.
Lone Wolf McQuaid.
Wednesday, August 2nd at 8 on KENS TV.
This just into the Eyewitness newsroom. There's been a fatal hit-and-run accident. The accident occurred in North Bexar County on northbound Highway 16. Police are investigating. We have a crew on the way. We'll have more on that story for tomorrow on Eyewitness News.
All right, and finally tonight, one ticket bought in El Paso correctly matched all 6 numbers drawn tonight in the lottery. The jackpot was worth $45 million. Now here is another look at those winning lottery numbers. You still could have won something. 1, 9, 14, 18, 24, and 46. One lucky person out there.
Have to call my brother in El Paso.
Oh.
Who knows?
He probably already changed his number.
He might have a rich relative.
Yeah, that's right. And that's it for now. We thank you so much for watching and staying up late with us. Good night.
Good night.